So, hello everyone, and today we are going to start a very crucial topic before studying physics of 11th standard. This is a very crucial topic which is known as differentiation. Okay, now you must have been hearing about differentiation a lot, that before studying physics we need to know what is differentiation. Some people might be saying it's a mathematical tool which is used to solve questions in physics. So what is all this fuss about? Let us clear that out. Okay, first of all, it is very true that differentiation is actually a mathematical tool to solve some complex questions in physics or to understand the physics better. So obviously, before we start the physics of 11th standard, we should definitely be well equipped with the tools that we will be using to solve the questions in physics. Okay, and what are those tools? Here, these are not physical tools, these are mathematical tools, mathematical logics that we need to understand before applying them into a complex problem in physics. Okay, so out of those tools, one of the very important tool is differentiation that I have wrote here. Okay, now first of all, how we study differentiation? There are 3 steps to study differentiation. Okay students, step number 1 is to understand what is differentiation. Okay, and its mathematical applications. Second step is how to perform the operation of differentiation. How to perform the operation of differentiation. Okay, this is the second step, and the third step is the application of differentiation in physics, or how do we use differentiation in physics. Okay, so how it is applicable in physics, how it is applicable in physics. So these are the 3 steps to understand differentiation. What is step number 1? Step number 1 is to understand what is differentiation and what are its mathematical applications or implications, right? Second one is how we can perform the operation of differentiation. That means how do we use it, right? How do we mathematically use it? This is the second step. And the last step is how it is applicable in physics. After doing all these things, we will understand what is the application in physics. Why we are studying all these things? Okay, and mainly to the students, okay, who are preparing for NEET or medical examinations. See, they don't opt for maths, so they have physics, chemistry and biology. So they must be wondering, we have taken biology and we hated maths, we didn't want to take it, and now again we have to encounter maths. So don't worry, it's a very interesting topic and a very easy thing also. If you understand it well, things will become very easy. Now, generally, everybody likes to go with the first step, then with the second step, and then with the third step. But now, I am not going to take the first step here to explain you anything. I am going to go with the second step first. So this will be my first step. This will be my first step. This will be my second step. And this will obviously be my third step. Now why I am doing so? Because what happens, see students, differentiation is a topic of 12th standard mathematics, right? It's a topic of 12th standard mathematics. Now if I directly, you come in the first lecture and I introduce you a topic of 12th mathematics in the very beginning of the 11th standard, we can agree here that most of the students will not understand thoroughly the whole concept. There will be some doubts in the minds of many students. So what we will do here is, the approach is simple. We will do the second step first. That means we are gonna understand how to perform the operation of differentiation without knowing what it is actually. Once we know how to perform this operation of differentiation, then we can easily understand what it is actually. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to first tell you the formulae of differentiation and how to perform the differentiation on mathematical functions? I'm going to tell you this thing. Then once we are well equipped with that, once we are very much comfortable with using differentiation, yeah, using the operation, performing the operation of differentiation, then it becomes very easy, and then we are in a condition to understand the whole gist, whole concept of the topic. Okay, what is the actual concept behind differentiation? Then you can easily get it. Otherwise, in the very first step, if I start with slope today, if I start with the first step today, definitely most of the students will not understand it. Okay, so please bear with it. So prepare yourself mentally that first you will learn it up. First you will learn the topic. Okay, learn the formulae, learn how to use them. But what they actually mean, we will understand in the coming lectures. Okay, slowly and slowly we will be coming to this point, and then the third point, which is the inevitable and the very important point, it will become clear. So shall I begin now? Come. Okay, fantastic. So, how do we represent differentiation? See, we represent differentiation by this dy by dx. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of dy by dx? Just a little bit I will tell you. It is the differentiation of y. It is also a variable with respect to x. It is also a variable. Generally, y is the output variable, x is the input variable. Anyways, the core meaning of all this we will understand later. I told you, okay? Just remember that what is this? This is nothing. This represents the differentiation of y with respect to x. Okay, now there are certain formulae on differentiation. So let's deal with certain formulae. Formula number 1. Suppose y is written as x to the power n. That means y is an output variable, y is a variable, and it depends upon x with an algebraic function like this. Can you see that? So y depends upon x to the power n. Now if somebody asks you, find the differentiation of this y with respect to x if y depends upon x to the power n. You will say the formula is n times, we will bring this power as the coefficient, to the power n minus 1. Simple. Now you will say, please sir, we are not understanding anything. Already we are so much tired with this topic, but you are again telling the formula directly. Don't worry, just wait. Okay, we are slowly and slowly gonna connect the dots. Okay, everything will be crystal clear at the end. Okay, now you will say, sir, okay, fine, we don't understand this exactly right now, but okay, we can at least say that yes, this is a formula and we can learn it, right? You can learn this formula. Now I will tell you how to use it, how to use this formula. Now look here. Example, let me take a simple example here. Suppose y is equal to x to the power 3. So it's a cubic function of y depending upon x. Y depends upon x. Now whenever I use the word function, I'm using this word a lot many times, What is the meaning of function? A mathematical function means a mathematical relationship between x and y variable. Okay. So here x and y, they are mathematically related with this cubic function. Okay. This variable x and this variable y are related through a cubic function. That's why I say y is a function of x. That means y is mathematically dependent on x through a cubic function. Do you understand this statement, what I am saying? Very good, very good. So we will say now what will be the differentiation of this function. So you will say this looks very much identical to this, right? That means x to the power n, here what? X to the power 3. So just like we applied this formula here, we are going to apply the same formula here. So we will say 3 will be brought to the coefficient of x and the power will become 3 minus 1. So what it will turn out to be? It will turn out to be 3x square. Okay, students, I hope this is clear. Now let's take another example. So y is equals to, suppose, x to the power 7. Suppose, this is another example. So you will say, sir, again no problem sir, what we can do? We will say, what is dy by dx? So you will write, it will be, sir, 7 will be brought to the coefficient and to the power 7 minus 1. That means 7 times x to the power 6. Do you understand this? Yes. Clear? Now, don't worry, we are going to do some more examples on this particular formula, because as this is the most important of all the formulae. Right? Clear? So we shall move ahead now. Please bear the sound of rubbing the board, because I want to keep my lecture as crude and as classroom like as possible. Okay. Now let's take another example. Suppose y is given root x and somebody asks you, what is the differentiation of y with respect to x right now? Right? So you will say, sir, how we can apply the same formula? What is the formula? X to the power n, its differentiation will be n x to the power n minus 1. Got it? Look here. What we are going to do here? We will say, okay, can I represent root x as x to the power half? You will say, surely sir, you can. X to the power half. Okay, so now this is our n, yes or no? Now this power is our n. Now it clearly matches with this. Y is equals to x to the power n. It clearly matches, and now we can apply the formula and say, what is dy by dx? You will say, sir, half will be brought as coefficient. X to the power half minus 1. So what will it become? 1 by 2 into x to the power minus half. Do you understand? Now what is x to the power minus half? You will say, sir, dy by dx will become 1 by 2 into 1 by x to the power half, which means 1 by 2 root x. Do you understand? You will say, yes sir. And in case you don't understand, then what you can do is, you can just rewind it and then, okay, then again study it and then come back to the same point. I hope this is clear. Right? And one more thing you can do as students, you can just memorize this as well. That is, why it is root x. It is better you memorize because it is going to be used a lot many times in the questions. Okay, y is given root x. So what is its derivative? 1 by 2 root x. Just remember it. Okay. Now let's come to another example. What is the example? That suppose y is 1 by x and somebody asks you, what is dy by dx of this function? Remember students, again I am going to tell you the disclaimer I am going to give you once again. I am not telling you what is the meaning of this right now. I am going to tell you this, what is the meaning of dy by dx in the coming lectures. But first we are going to understand how to use the, or how to perform the operation of differentiation, right? How to perform the operation. Without knowing what differentiation is, it sounds very different, sounds very weird, but believe me, trust me, this is the only way to understand differentiation at best. Okay. Now, how will you solve it? Again, you need to convert it in the format that you know already. Okay. Which format you know already? You will say, sir, I know this format. X to the power n. So can I write it like this? X to the power minus 1. Now it becomes very easy for me to differentiate it. Why? Because I can now compare it with x to the power n. Can I compare it now? So if I compare it with x to the power n, then n it becomes minus 1. Right? So it will become minus 1 to the power x. Sorry, minus 1 into x to the power minus 1 minus 1. Because this minus 1 is my n. So it will become minus 1 into x to the power minus 2. So finally you will say, sir, dy by dx or differentiation of y with respect to the x of this function will become minus 1 by x square. Again students, I would like you to remember this formula as well. Okay, just like this root x, you remember 1 by 2 root x. Just try to remember this also. 1 by x derivative is minus 1 by x square. Okay, I hope this is understood. One last example. Let's take one last example. Okay, before moving on to the next formula, let me take one last example. Suppose y is x to the power 3 by 2. Then find dy by dx. What will you do? Again you will say, sir, this is n. Very simple. Very simple. What you are going to do? You are going to say, sir, let's bring the n as the coefficient, because this will be your n, right? This 3 by 2 will become your n. Okay. So you will say that it will be x to the power n minus 1. That means 3 by 2 minus 1. So how much will it become? 3 by 2 into x to the power half. This will be your dy by dx. Now what is dy by dx? dy by dx simply means the differentiation of y with respect to x. What is the meaning? We are going to learn in the coming lectures. Is this much understood? I hope yes. Okay, now let's come to the second formula. In this formula, okay, let's take one more example. Suppose they write and ask you, tell me if y is equals to x, simple, then what will be dy by dx? Okay, now what you are going to do? Again you will apply the same formula. If y is a function of x, then you search x to the power n, then what is n here? So you will compare it. Okay, so you will say, sir, here it is actually x to the power 1, I suppose, right? Now when you differentiate dy by dx, when you will do this, so 1 will be brought as coefficient here because it acts as n here. This 1 will act as n into x to the power n minus 1, if you remember. So 1 minus 1 will become 1 into x to the power 0. And anything to the power 0, I hope you all know that any number to the power 0, any variable to the power 0 will always become 1. Okay, so dy by dx is equals to 1. Do you understand? So when y is equals to x, then dy by dx is 1. So please remember this. Cool. So now 4 things I have told you to remember, otherwise no, nothing else. 4 things. What are those 4 things? I will tell you. Okay, what are those 4 things which I have asked you to remember are: number 1, if y is equal to x to the power n, then dy by dx is n dot x to the power n minus 1. This is point number 1 which I have asked you to remember. Second point is, if y is equals to root x, then dy by dx will be 1 by 2 root x. This you need to remember. Third is, if y is 1 upon x, then dy by dx is minus 1 by x square. This you need to remember. And last is this: if y is equal to x, then dy by dx will be 1. So these are the 4 important points that you need to remember. So if y is a function of x to the power n, however you can solve these 3 with the help of this formula only, but it will be better if you remember them. Okay, it will be far better if you remember them. Okay. Let's move ahead. And the second formula is related to trigonometry. If y is equal to sin x, okay, if y is equal to sin x, then remember students, dy by dx will be equal to cos x. Just remember it for now. We will come to every conclusion after few lectures, don't worry. Third is, if y is equals to cos x, then dy by dx will be equal to minus sin x. Okay. Then fourth is, if y is equals to tan x. I hope you remember trigonometry. It will be sec square x. Okay. And the fifth point is, if y is equal to cot x, then dy by dx will be equal to minus cosec square x. Do you understand this? And now sixth is, if y is equals to sec x, please remember all these formulae, then dy by dx will be equal to sec x multiplied by tan x. Okay. Seventh is, if y is equal to cosec x, then dy by dx will be written as minus cosec x cot x. Okay, so these are 7 formulae, including the first formula, which is y equal to x to the power n. Okay, like this. These are 7 important formulae. Few more formulae are there, just wait. Eighth is, if y is equals to e to the power x, e is a constant, okay, then dy by dx remains e to the power x only. Okay, y is equals to ln x. What is ln x? Log to the base e. Then dy by dx will become 1 by x. So remember these 9 formulae. Okay, these 9 formulae are very critical and very important. Okay, just remember them. I know you must be asking in your mind that, sir, okay, but what is differentiation? So please wait. In the coming lectures, we will understand that. Okay, so don't panic, right? So I will drop this now. So please, first of all, what you're going to do is, you're going to pause the video now. You're going to pause the video now, and you're going to just write all these 9 formulae in your notebook right now, and just try to memorize them, and the question that I gave you, try to do them. Okay. Once you're through with it, then watch the video again here. Now there are certain rules to differentiation. Rule number 1. If a constant is multiplied, if a constant is given as the coefficient of the function, okay, you can say if a constant is given as the coefficient of the mathematical function, then we keep the constant as it is, then we keep the constant as it is and differentiate the function. Okay, now what is the meaning of this? Let's understand. Suppose, example, y is given 5x to the power 3, right? Now you will say, sir, we know the formula of x to the power n, but we don't know the formula of 5 into x to the power n or any constant into x to the power n, right? So what I'm telling you, if a constant is given as the coefficient of the function, then we keep the constant as it is and differentiate the function. That means when I do this dy by dx, I will not touch 5, I will keep it as it is, and then I will differentiate only this x to the power n. So it will be n x to the power n minus 1. So how much it will become? 15x to the power 2. Are you understanding this? So what I did, the constant was there, I kept it as it is and I just differentiated the function. Let's take another example. Okay, suppose y is equals to 8 sin x. Now you will say, sir, what is the rule of 8? Nothing. You can differentiate sin x, we know the formula. So you will say, sir, dy by dx, just keep 8 as it is and differentiate sin x. What is the derivative or differentiation of sin x? You will say, sir, cos x. So answer will be 8 cos x. You get it? So whatever is the constant there, you will keep it as it is and you will simply go and differentiate the function. Right? I hope this much is clear. So let's move on to another rule. Rule number 2. This was rule number 1. Let's move on to rule number 2. Suppose y is given u plus v. Now you will say, sir, what is u, what is v? Suppose, see, we know that y depends on x. Suppose u and v also depends upon x. So when you differentiate y, you will differentiate u and v also along with y. You will write dy by dx. So you will write du by dx and you will write dv by dx. Wait, let me tell you an example. You will understand with the help of example better. Okay. So if y is, suppose, x square plus, suppose, sin x. So can you see that these are two different mathematical functions? Can you see that? This is x square, which is u. This is sin x, which is v. So when I am going to differentiate this, so what I will do, I will differentiate this function as it is, plus I will differentiate this function as it is. So when I write dy by dx, see very carefully. When I write dy by dx, I will differentiate using the rule x to the power n. So it will become n x to the power n minus 1 plus, what is the differentiation of sin x? Yes, you are right, it is cos x. So your answer will be 2x to the power 1 plus cos x. I hope you have understood this point. Right? Now, let's do another problem. It's not necessary that there should be a plus sign, it can be a minus sign also. Okay? Now, another example, let me take. Suppose y is tan x minus root x. Suppose this is given. Now, tan x is a different mathematical function. Root x is a different mathematical function, right? So what we will do, when I differentiate it with x, so I will differentiate tan x first. Now according to the formula, what is the differentiation of tan x? Differentiation of tan x is how much? It is sec square x. How much it will be? It will be sec square x minus, keep the minus sign as it is. Okay, minus sign is just a coefficient and we keep the coefficient as it is now. So minus sign is actually minus 1. Minus 1 is a coefficient. So we kept it as it is. Now root x, come on. Remember, I told you that derivative of root x is 1 by 2 root x. Right? The 4 important formulae in the beginning, you remember? X to the power n, root x, 1 by x and x. Those 4 formulae. The second one, what was the second one? Derivative of root x or differentiation of root x is what? 1 by 2 root x. So you will simply write here 1 by 2 root x. That's all. This is your answer. That's all. This is your answer. What it is, again we will be learning in the coming lectures. Okay. I hope this point is clear. So you see two different functions like this and you differentiate them one by one. Okay. So that's all in this part. In the next part we will understand some more rules. You will understand the product rule. You will understand that division rule, then we will go with the chain rule, and then we will start with the first step. What was the first step? What was the first step? The first step was to understand what differentiation is actually. Okay. So thank you guys for listening to me so patiently. I hope. Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next lecture.